Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna solve the day 6 of daily Leetcode challenge. The problem name is poor pigs. It falls in the hard category of Leetcode. So now let's move on to the problem statement. There are buckets of liquid where exactly one bucket is poisonous. To figure out which one is poisonous, you feed some number of poor pigs the liquid to see whether they will die or not. Unfortunately, you have only minutes to determine which bucket is poisonous. You can feed the pigs according to these steps. Choose some live pigs to feed. For each pig, choose which bucket to feed it. The pig will consume all the chosen buckets simultaneously and will take no time. Wait for the minutes to die. Minutes. You may not feed any other pigs during this time. After minutes have passed. Any pigs that have been fed the poisonous bucket will die and others will survive. Repeat this process until you run out of that time. Given number of buckets, minutes to die, minutes to test, return the minimum number of pigs needed to figure out which bucket is poisonous within the allocated time. So, so I'm gonna solve this problem using maths rather than dynamic programming. So, for example, when the number of buckets is 1000 and minutes to die is 15 and minutes to test is 60. So we will need 5 picks. And how we reach to this answer, I'm gonna tell you now. Like, uh, let's take the example with two pigs poison killing in 15 minutes. Minutes to die is 15 minutes, and having 60 minutes, we can find the poison in up to 25 buckets in the following way. Arrange the buckets in a 5 cross 5 square. Like they are why we have arranged it in a 5 cross 5 way, I'm gonna tell it now. Now use one pick to find the row and make it drink buckets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and wait for 15 minutes. Make it drink from bucket 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait for 15 minutes. Use the second pick to find the column. Make it drink 1, 6, 11, 16, 21 and 2, 7, 12, 17, 22, etc. Now why we are using why we are placing them into 5 cross 5 square is like having 16 minutes and test taking 15 minutes means we can run up to 4 tests. Each pick can run 4 tests. If the row pick dies in the third test, the poison is in the third row, and if the column pick doesn't die at all, all the poison is in the fifth column. This is why we cover 5 rows and column, even though we can only run 4 tests. So we with the 3 pigs, we can similarly use a 5 cross 5 cube instead of a 5 cross 5 square. Again, one pig will determine each of the continent of the one dimension. One pig drink layers from top to bottom, one pig layers from left to right, and one drinks from front to back. So 3 pigs are solved up to can solve the problem up to 125 buckets. So basically, we are gonna first find the number of tests a single pig can run. That would be equal to minute to die divided by minute to test. This is the number of tests a single pig can run. But using a single pig, we can determine test plus one. Test plus one. We can check for test plus one number of tests the pigs can conduct plus one of the buckets. So I'm adding 1 to it. And now let's take the initial number of pigs to be equal to 0. For while, and I am going to put a condition that n power of n comma whenever it becomes greater than bucket, we are gonna uh, Whenever it is less than buckets, we are just gonna be in the loop, and we need, that means that we need more pigs. And the first time when we reach out of the bucket, that is the number of pigs we require to test buckets, number of buckets. So we are gonna return bucket, return pigs. Now let me run the code and see if it works. So there is some error, I guess. Just a minute. So I made a small error. I need to keep determine the number of tests. I need to keep the minutes to test above and minutes to type below. And now let me run the code and see if it works. It is working fine. Now let me submit the code. Yeah, it's working absolutely fine. Now I need to just I will be doing a brief recap of how I'm gonna do this approach. For each number of pig, for each, like, first I need to determine how many, for each number of, like, I will divide the buckets into a n cross n, or n cross n, uh, you can say n cross n space, and then I will check whether we can, whether whether the number of buckets fill in this cube or a square or not, and I'm gonna increase the dimensions of it step by step. First, I'm starting with a zero, and then like zero dimension, like a null space, and after that I'm increasing it to a vector, like a vector. Like in that case, each pig will be made to drink only one drink, and if we are gonna determine if it is possible to check with whether the which bucket is poisonous, then we will return that one, and after that we are going to place all the buckets in a square, and after that in a cube. This way we are going to solve this problem. Thank you for watching my channel. Do like and subscribe my channel.